Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are finally getting started to plant our winter cereal crops, our winter grains. First thing will be barley, then into rye, and I have some experimental cover crops I'll be trying out so that I know if I can get away with it for next year. But we got the MX220. We're heading out the backfield to get ourselves a grain drill out of the barn. So yeah, we'll get her hooked up. Time to get cracking. Yep, there she is. Crust Buster 4030. 30-foot grain drill. Well, I actually did this wrong the first time. This actually goes into number 1. Zip tie to the left. And then the really long hoses, I didn't see them because there's a tobacco stalk. This is the hitch. So, zip tie, non-zip tie. Might as well hook the last one if I can. So it goes in the middle. Just kidding. Doesn't reach. Of course, the hydraulic hose is in my way. Alright, well, I don't know. The radio's being annoying, and every time I try and start recording, Dad starts talking. But anyway,
you gotta put some feed into them steers when you're ready while hollering.
Anyway, we got the drill hooked up, and we are heading back into the shop. We're gonna open it up, grease it, see what parts we need. I know it's gonna need some closing wheels and whatnot. Check that out, and then we're gonna get at it with the barley. Well, we had several things come up, and we moved the chopper to go chop alfalfa and a whole bunch of other things, and basically we're mostly fixed up other than some parts I need. This planter's in rough shape, so we're gonna fold it up, get started. Sun's setting, and I'd like to be planting before dark so I can check my seed depth and all that good stuff. Okay, so we'll open up. This is last year's seed. We'll use that up first. We will fire up the engine, let it warm up. Gotta choke it. Gotta turn power on. That's weird. All right, it'll warm up. We'll bring that just a little bit further, and we'll open up our hoppers. Not sure why it's struggling. All right, so I got the scale set and I checked it before and after filling, and I did not fill the drill full. Normally I have to fill the drill entirely full to know that we have 67 bushels. Then we figure out how many acres divided by 67 bushels tells us our planting rate. However, this time we're gonna try this where we fill the planter half full and then go till it runs out, see how far we get, and then take that weight and divide it by the number of acres that we get with the GPS. But first I gotta make sure it's planting right. So we'll pull up here in the field, drop our planter, see what she does. Okay, we're now looking at this little strip that we planted, and what we're seeing here, it's kind of funny, I'm seeing a lot of burr cucumber plants that are growing since we chopped. But here's the concern. Now see, there's some barley seed up on top, like right there, but here there's nothing. Here there's nothing. So it's getting the seed into the soil. You go over here where it's that crust from the from hauling manure, and it's laying it right on top. Now there's a little divot here, so that's gonna happen. We want to look across here and we want to be able to see that barley. See the barley. There's a little barley. There's barley. So overall we're able to see that barley. That one's not cutting at all. Not sure. I actually think I'm going to individually turn this row to greater depth just to make that one plant, because the whole way back that one's not doing much. In fact, I'm actually going to take it out one notch. I put one notch too much in that one, I'm afraid. You go across here and just keep looking. So I just made the decision to go across and put everything up one notch shallower because I was not seeing very much of that barley on the surface. And okay, that row is a little concerning. I might actually drop that one deeper, but actually no, because it is actually putting seeds in. Some are on top, but like right there's a seed. You can't see it, but it's buried. I like that a lot better. That's what I'm more used to seeing. So very minimal disturbance, no-till drill. So we'll fold it up, go to one of the back strips, and we'll get started with drilling in the dark. All right, welcome back everybody. We're gonna load this drill back up again. What I did last night, I took a picture of the scale on the seed tender when we started and the scale now, well, not now, but when I stopped filling the drill. And what I figured out was how many pounds we took out, which was put in the drill. I did not plant the drill completely empty, but I can guesstimate that there's about 4 bushels left in the drill, just a guess. 4 to 7, I think 4 to 7. Anyway, took that and concluded that I took that, divided that by the acres, and we know that it's 48 pounds per bushel for barley, I think it is. I can't back up and do this at the same time. Anywho, we concluded that my settings are exactly the way they were last year. I'm at 2 bushels per acre, which you actually want more than that. However, for some reason, I just opened the drill up the entire way, and the most I can get is 2 bushels per acre. So our plant rate actually came out to the same thing, and honestly, I do not want to mess with it, because say what you will, but at 2 bushels per acre, this past year we got about 120 bushels per acre yield, which is freaking, it's amazing. We've literally only ever gotten half that in the past, so we're doing that again. So we're only planting 2 bushels per acre. Hopefully we can get a good yield like that again. I actually heard people saying that they're putting 4 bushels per acre, so we're actually planting half the rate, getting twice the return. So yeah. Alright, we're refilled. Well, partially refilled. I don't have that many acres of barley. We're 15 acres. We got about 15 to go if I was a guessing man. Maybe more, but we emptied the seed tender out. So we're just making our outlines on this field now. Yeah, but 15.7 acres. This does not automatically turn on and off like the corn planter, so all this stuff doesn't really matter. This here is how I start and stop. And all this GPS is doing is recording and telling me where to drive. The drill itself has mechanical clutches, and those clutches are actually engaging and disengaging when I lift and lower the hydraulics. So that's what we're doing. Back at it. Just a little note on how we do things here. So these strips over here at the dairy, what we do for these, I forgot to record, my bad. Anyway, these strips are planted alternating. So where this was corn, we'll get barley. So then next year will be barley beans, what you see growing there. And then where the beans come off, we'll plant rye. And the rye will get chopped and get corn planted. So corn and rye alternate with the barley and barley beans every year. So right now we're planting barley. Now over there on that hill, that's going to get rye, corn, rye, corn, rye, corn every single year. That's just the way we do it. I don't fully agree with it. I think we should alternate a little bit more, but it's not my farm. So that's how we do it. And that keeps a different rotation here. As you can see, it's not quite working so well with all the weeds there, but part of that is the genetics that we're using does not have enlist. It's just Roundup Ready beans, and that Palmer Amaranth and Mare's Tail that you can see popping up, maybe you can't, is resistant to Roundup, so we have no way of controlling that. But anyway, one thing to break up that cycle is by putting a different life cycle, like barley here, where we'll actually harvest this in June. So that's what's going on.